Okay, so I'm here with Edith today. Hello, Edith. Thank you for joining me.
Hello.
And we are going to be using the cognitive behavioural coaching model today. And this is all about you embarking on your future career as your kids are getting older and that sort of thing. So can you introduce yourself for me, please?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, I'm Edith Raven, and I am just starting my journey to set up my own business, and it's very exciting, but also very nerve-wracking. So yeah, I'm hoping Chloe can help me with a few feelings of like imposter syndrome and things like that. So yes,
Fantastic.
excited.
And can you say a little bit about what you do?
So basically, I'm setting up a business called Purple Cape Energy Alchemist. And I'm going to be offering some energy sessions and also some self-intuitive coaching sessions. There's going to be loads and loads more as well, but that's the kind of basis around it. And I just want people to be able to kind of calm their nervous system, relax into themselves, and then you find answers that way. And yeah, all the things I've struggled with to get my business up and running, I want to help people kind of be able to do as well. So
and you're combining a few different skills that you're learning at the moment, finding your best way to do that
yes,
as well. So
yeah, and
really
it's
exciting.
really fun. So I'm excited.
Well, and that is the key, right? Because if obviously there's going to be hard times, but if we keep
Yeah.
it fun, we can keep going. Okay, so can you tell me what are your thoughts or beliefs or assumptions about you starting this business?
Um, I think I've come quite far with self-confidence around it, because if you'd have asked me a year ago if I was going to attempt to set up a business, I would have just laughed at you. Um, so my confidence is definitely growing. I think as I started doing the Reiki and kind of having clients for that, seeing what was happening and how it was working, that kind of like it spoke for itself. So that's obviously he's gained in confidence. Um, I think I struggle when it comes to the idea that it's professional. So even though I've been practicing it in a professional capacity, as soon as you put the word professional or business in front of it, it all of a sudden becomes really terrifying. And I'm like, I I can't do that. It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing I've already been doing and doing really well. But those words, for some reason, just make me feel like this little child going, hang on, I can't do that. I'm not qualified to do this. How do I do that?
Okay, so there's that belief, I'm not professional, I'm not qualified, I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it's got to be I'm not professional, because I do feel like I know what I'm doing because it flows naturally, and the sessions show that I'm doing it properly. Um, so I don't know why, but for some reason in my head, yeah, I guess it is maybe the professional thing, because I don't feel like a professional.
Okay. What does professional mean to you?
Um, I guess in a way I view it as like when I used to be a dancer, but then even then I wouldn't call myself a professional, even when I went. So actually, yeah. So I got a phone call saying I'd got this job, and they were like, "So, you're a professional dancer?" And I was thinking, I'm not a professional dancer. And they were like, and they listed why I was, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I am." But I would never kind of put the professional before it for some reason. So yeah, I think it is just for me, a professional is they know everything. They are the best at what they do in the whole entire world, and they never get it wrong, which is ridiculous because professionals do get it wrong. But
And there's lots of professionals with the same sort of job title. They can't only, if it's only the best person in the world, then there
yeah,
would only be like 10 professionals in
yes.
the world. Okay. And what, so if you were a professional at what you did, like what would that mean? What would you be doing to consider yourself professional?
Okay, so I think for me, the only difference would be I would my sessions would be exactly the same as they are as how I've been practicing them. The only difference is I wouldn't stumble on my words. So I can know exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I'm doing. I could have just done it, but if someone asks me to verbalize it, I could write it down for you, I could draw you a picture, I could dance it for you. But if I have to verbalize it, quite often I cannot find the words, and I feel it comes across as really unprofessional, like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay. So it's a communication thing more
Yeah,
than.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so when that happens, so when you feel like you're not professional, you can't get the words right, you don't feel that you're kind of like selling or describing yourself, doing yourself justice almost. How does that feel for you?
Uh, it feels sad and frustrating because I know what I have to offer as a service or as a person, but I cannot communicate that to somebody with words, and it's really frustrating because I feel like if I could, I would have got so far in so many different things. And I guess I worry that that's going to let me down again.
Okay. And so when you're worried that you're not going to get your words out right, you're going to stumble over them or garble, whatever it might be, when you're worried about that and you're feeling frustrated by that, what do you do or not do?
Since I've started doing meditation and things like that, I have got a lot better at trying to ground myself and breathe and do all the things to calm myself down, because obviously if you're not calm and your nervous system isn't regulated, I'm not going to be able to think properly anyway. So I try and ensure that all of those things are, I've made sure I've had something to drink, I've got fresh air, all of the basics are done. Um, but sometimes I do still start to panic if it's something really important, or I kind of just curse myself a little bit in my head and I leave and I just think, oh, I had so much to tell you and I had like, so much information that I'm so passionate about that I really want to, because it's so important, I want to do it its justice, to say how amazing this is, or how good this is for you. And if I can't get the words out, I feel like I leave and I'm like, oh, you really didn't get to feel that passion. You didn't understand the immensity of what it is I was trying to tell you. Um, and then I just go home and kick myself. Like, oh, not physically, obviously, that would be weird, but yeah.
You fall over. Although you're a dancer, so maybe you
Yes, I
could
could
do
probably kick myself and still stand up.
it. Okay, so I want you to see the pattern here, right? So the first step, the thought, the belief that like I'm not professional, I'm going to stumble over my words, I'm not good enough, all of those thoughts leave you feeling sad, disappointed in yourself, frustrated, maybe a bit anxious about speaking to people about what you do. And all of that keeps you quiet. So then you're not telling people what you do. Maybe you're going to networking events and meeting your like perfect clients, and you are not telling them what you do, or you're not explaining it in a way that you feel did it justice. And that means you don't get new clients, you don't make money. Maybe you have to go get a job. Ugh, don't want to do that. Okay, so can you see that pattern, that you thinking I need to be professional and I'm not professional. I'm not good enough. Like I need to be perfect to be professional. That stops you from taking any action at all. And so I'm sure you would have heard me say this before, like done is better than perfect.
Yes.
It's like you only get better at doing these things by doing them. Right. So like the action comes before confidence. So we wait to feel really confident at something before we move forward with it, but you're only going to become confident at it by moving forward with it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we can delve in a bit more
Okay.
into that belief of not feeling professional and how that leads to perfectionism. But I'm going to bring this video to an end here. So just to finish it off, like how's that helped you? Like what have you taken away from this?
So what I've taken away from that is, so I have three amazing children, and my career as a mother started 14 years ago. And I know you won't call it professional, but I would not have been like thinking that I am a mum. It took me a really long time. But 14 years later, and 3 children that I love dearly, I am a mum, and I'm a very good mum. But I had to go through the parenting and learn all of it. And I'm obviously, same as every parent, I've made mistakes and stuff, but I am a mum and I'm a good mum. And I could turn around and tell anyone, you know, stories of parenting and stuff. And I guess it is kind of the same. This coaching journey has only just started. So it's really new. And you're right. The more I start talking about it, it will kind of make my brain more like it will just come out fluidly, like it does when I talk about Reiki. So yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.